What's going on, everyone? Thank you for coming back to my channel, Black Feminist Vegan. And good morning to you, good evening, wherever it is, wherever you are. I wanted to come on today to answer a question. Well, really, there are so many answers to this question, but it's a question that I get so much from friends and family members and also clients who I have worked with. And that is how to start eating plant-based. Now, of course, this is a general question. And the difference between plant-based and vegan, I'll speak about in another video. Similar, however, it's just a difference in approach. So I'll just dive right in, because there are 4 ways that I came up with that are off the top of my head that were most important for me when I was transitioning. It was I kind of went down the list of these things. So the very first is to add more beans to your diet. If you do not usually eat beans and you don't know how to incorporate beans into your diet, that will be a challenge as you begin your journey to be plant-based. If you do not like beans, I would be open to reconsidering that and becoming reacquainted with them and trying different kinds of beans, preparing beans different way. Because you may not like the beans that you tried, but I would be open to trying different ones, different preparations. Putting the bean into a patty, you can do a lot with beans. So that's the first, add more beans. There are chickpeas, navy beans, great northern beans, kidney beans, all of that. Try some. The second one would be add more vegetables. Because of honestly, everything I said about beans can apply to vegetables. If you do not feel like you're open to becoming better acquainted with some new vegetables or vegetables you already know by finding different ways to prepare them, different ways to sneak them in, then this will be a challenge for you on your plant-based journey. Most people who I know are open to points 1 and 2, like adding things in, not necessarily eliminating anything yet, but adding in more vegetables, adding in more beans, more recipes, more ways to prepare them. That most people are open to. The next one is where we put this into practice. And this is where people find so much fulfillment when they're able to achieve this step. And I think that it's reasonable. My mom actually, she shared with me that she achieved this step and she's really happy about it. So, number 3, try to go 1 day a week without eating meat at all. Or you can decide to choose 1 meal of the day that you decide to go without meat. So for a week, choosing 1 day out of that week that you don't eat meat, or choosing 1 meal out of the day that for the whole week you don't eat meat just for that meal. So with my mom's case, actually my mom and my dad have both done this. In their cases, they decided to start with that 1 day a week that they just didn't eat meat. Just 1 day. Just 1 day that they went to their vegetarian meals. My dad, there was this vegetarian pasta he used to always make that, again, like growing up, it just so happened to be vegetarian. We tried to add chicken once and we didn't like it. So that was just always our go-to vegetarian meal. So when he was on this journey, that was the thing that we ate for dinner. He had the lunch that he wanted in mind and the breakfast he had in mind. So he would choose 1 day out of the week, no meat. My mom also did a similar thing. She chose 1 day out of the week, no meat. So what I've seen other people do that I really like, and I believe actually, I think this is the approach I took as well, because I was vegetarian before I made the transition to plant-based in diet and vegan in lifestyle. So what I decided to do was take my breakfast, like I stopped eating meat for breakfast. Like breakfast would be my meal of the day that would be vegan. So this would be, or plant-based for the sake of this conversation. When I was vegetarian, since I was transitioning from eating plant-based, which I consider vegetarian to be an element of a plant-based lifestyle or diet. So I'll go back to I'll say vegetarian and vegan for the sake of understanding, because vegetarian to plant-based, in my opinion, is kind of the same. So I was vegetarian to vegan. So what I was doing was I would choose one meal of the day that I ate completely vegan. And for me, that was breakfast. Since I already didn't eat meat, and I already didn't eat a lot of sugary things, I would mostly eat like yogurt parfait, cereal. And so the swap that I would have to make was, getting vegan yogurt, trying out vegan non-dairy milks, and maybe even vegan waffles. Like toaster waffles are another thing that I wanted to do, or that I ate a lot. And I don't really eat them that much anymore, but they're definitely a grab and go for me. Choosing that one meal of the day that you're like, okay, so for this meal, I'm going to work in this area first. And then come lunch, be compassionate with yourself and understand that you're on a journey. You have a mindset of where you're going. Eat your lunch. You know what I mean? I'm a person who advocates for a sense of balance between mind, body, and soul. And your mind is a really important part. You don't want to feel this pressure when it comes to this health journey. You want to feel encouraged and motivated. So, and I believe that the best way to do that is by taking it one step at a time. So when lunch comes, eat your lunch and look forward to breakfast tomorrow. Maybe you see something and you're like, yeah. So the final tip is to try a vegan alternative, which is kind of what I slipped in there earlier. In that, choose the meal of the day that you already eat the least meat. So for me, that just so happened to be breakfast, but for others, that may be different. Choose that meal of the day, and let that be the one that you decide to eliminate the meat or the dairy from first. Then you can add in a vegan alternative in that meal to kind of see how it fits. You can maybe add in a vegan breakfast sausage. Not my style. I never really like sausage in the morning anyway. Trying the vegan yogurt. Something about this yogurt is a little watery. Maybe I'll try a different brand. Allowing yourself to get that figured out first, so that, when you get to the point where you are eating entirely plant-based, that lifestyle, it doesn't really just work itself out. It's a practice, and it step by step, compassion with yourself, taking it step by step, day by day, and being open to trying new things. Not perceiving failure. It's a journey. And that's just what I'll share today. I really appreciate you for listening, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Peace out.